on a Thursday, and he finally went to the doctor. I'm not going to get into the minutia of all the details. He's out through at least May 31st, and it wasn't like a single event that caused his injury. So there was a lot of question to the insurance company if it was workers' comp or not, and there was a lot of things that went back and forth. But I talked with Mark and Justin and Ron, and it was their feeling that it was possible the injury could have became progressively worse at work. I told the insurance company, I can't point to a single event. Yes, it's possible, but I can't swear on my life either way. And I do want to stick up for the employee, and I do believe it's not going to be a recordable workers' comp event. It will be a reportable. It was just a progressive injury that developed doing his job over a series of months. And so John was very thankful that it'll end up getting approved, and I think that's good for him, and he's excited to get back to work, and we've been in touch all the time, and he wants to get back as soon as possible. So just wanted to speak to that.
Yep. Really glad to have Ryan on board, and Steve, and after Greg has retired in those positions. We always think that we're never replaceable, and Tom was a great employee and everything, but Ryan, each one of them, Steve and Ryan, bring different things to the table, and obviously you can see what's going on up here, and the guys were trimming trees on G Drive, and I was doing some work up there, so I stopped and chatted with them, and our employees just can't say enough great things of the things that are going on with Light and Power, the projects, and anyway, things from employees' and perspective are really going great, and they really appreciate these two guys. Trash pickup, we did, Ryan got his first fun time of picking trash, but we went and did trash pickup on coming into town on Alden Nash, and that was again a success. I do have one question. It's probably for Greg as much as Steve. At one time, and the reason why I bring this up, because I'm doing some work that overlooks the dam at White's Bridge. You had mentioned, might even been a year, 2 years ago, about the possibility of White's Bridge, the power that they were looking at, different things. I think they were currently with Consumers, but we ever hear anything more about that?
I haven't heard anything lately. Again, as hydropower, it's considered renewable. The fellow who owns the dam and the power generator there, his contract with Consumers was coming to an end probably this year, 2016, the end of 2016, I believe, and he wondered if we were interested. He was getting 7.2 cents a kilowatt hour from Consumers, and I'm guessing that's why Consumers isn't renewing with him, because all the renewable energy and even what we heard about wind today is coming in less than that 7.2 cents a kilowatt hour. So I haven't heard anything more from him. I told him at that price we probably weren't interested. He hasn't come back and said, gee, I understand it's only worth 5 cents now. Would you be interested in it at 5 cents? So I do have his name and information downstairs. We can contact him and see if he's changed his.
I was just curious.
That was the last I heard from him.
Okay. Other than that, that's all I have.
Andrew.
Well, just a couple things. I guess one, since I've had some time to think about it, the discussion we had about the buried lines, just, again, my thought is just that at a board, we don't really care what the operational decisions are, it's the policy part, and that's kind of what was getting at. And so as long as we just understand and know our policy, I know Steve and Ryan are gonna make the right call on that, so as long as that's what we're kind of deciding with this whole issue, that's good. The other is just a note of, fun note that I had to explain to my 4.5-year-old son that the transformer that burned up was not going to turn into a robot. I said, that's called a transformer. He said, what?
Movie.
So I had to stifle a smile throughout this meeting as we discussed transformers, and I keep thinking of Optimus Prime and, Bumblebee and.
Megatron.
Yep. But
Oh, that's funny.
just I thought it'd be a fun comment to enjoy as we get close to bedtime here. That's all I've got, so thanks.
Tamala?
I have a quick question before my comments. Is there only one city council meeting in June? I thought they were usually
No,
did.
first and third.
Okay, because I didn't see the other one listed on the
Okay.
list, so
I
that's why I
missed
was
that, but-
asking. So there is a city council meeting on the 20th?
Correct.
Okay,
Should-
just check in. So, Steve, I just want to say thanks for all the extra. I know right now this is a period of transition, which has put a lot of extra work on your shoulders, and I just want to say thank you for that, and I appreciate you getting the board manuals, even though I didn't take one for my last month. But I really want to encourage people, especially when a new person comes on board, to take advantage of the training that's available. I know when I started, Sharon signed me up for a couple of webinars just to learn the language of this industry. For you guys have been around forever, so you know it all, but
No.
just
No, we learn things we learn
every
things
month, I know.
every meeting. I mean,
So
it's a really
It
complicated,
is a
difficult.
complicated thing to learn, and so sadly, next month will be my last board meeting because I am moving out of Lowell after having lived here since I was 8 years old, so.
Past 20 years.
Hey,
Yeah, 20, more like 40 something. So, and I just really want to encourage two things. I want to encourage the council to make a very thoughtful choice as to who comes onto this board, because yes, there have been a lot of politics in the community of late, and this is such a vital part of not only our community's well-being, but our ability for economic development, and to keep this organization strong and to keep us, moving forward as we have been doing. And so I just really want to encourage the board to be thoughtful about that choice and not allow politics to enter into that decision, but really put someone on the board that wants to learn and that wants to be here for the well-being of Lowell Light and Power, not for other reasons. I'll just leave it at that. And I also want to encourage, as I do every year when the national conference comes up, I just want to continue to encourage this board to take advantage of the training. I mean, that's phenomenal training, and I learned so much from doing the webinars when I started, and I learned so much from going to the national conference and being part of that. And so, the tool that you guys have now with the board manual, there's so much available to us to learn how to do our jobs better as board members. And so I just really want to encourage people to take advantage of that. So that's it.
Alan?
I just continue to be impressed with Ryan and Steve and the board. Every time I thought of a question I wanted to ask, you guys asked it ahead of me, so I just think you guys are awesome. And for Greg to keep coming to our meetings, that wealth of experience and knowledge, I really want to thank you for coming. It's a big help to us, I know. And just thanks for a great discussion. I learned a lot. I learn a lot at every meeting.
All right. I just echo Perry's comments earlier. Welcome, Ryan. Hearing a lot of good things about you. We were fortunate to land you. Greg told me that when he was interviewing you, that he had a real great guy hopefully coming, and everything I see shows that was a great decision for us and you to be here. Look forward to you being here long term. Steve, also great job. Like Tamala said, you're wearing 2 hats right now, and that makes you,
Julie and
busy.
Megan are helping me a lot with some
Yeah,
stuff,
no.
so I have to give them credit.
Yeah, no, you got a great staff, and you guys have built that over time, but you're doing a great job. I wasn't here last month, but you do a great job running the meeting, and
Thanks.
thank you for all you're doing.
You're welcome.
That's it for me, so I entertain a motion to
I
adjourn.
move to adjourn.
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Out of here
Really
before,
wanted to vote no.
out of here before 9.
Not by much, 30 seconds.
Gary, thanks for